Hello again. This is Dave Thomas, and I'd like to talk to you about how to use our new foreign rights system. But before we do that, let's have a quick review of where we are now. In our previous screencast and email, we told you about the new system that's coming on Monday, September the 20th. This new system will give you direct access to our titles, and you'll be able to buy the rights to a title online. In fact, as of now, you will only be able to buy the rights online. In preparation for this, you need an account on our online system, and our previous screencast showed you how to set that account up. You also need to tell us about that account so that we can set it up. So, if you haven't done that, please go back and have a look at that previous screencast and the email that Juliet sent and get your account all set. So now that you have an account set up, let's use the system. It's pretty simple. First, you have to log in. Here I am at pragprog.com. I'm not logged in. You can tell that because the login button is on the screen. So, I can log in by clicking on the login button and entering my account. I'm going to use that test account that we set up the last time. And then when I'm finished, I click Login. And I get access to my personal dashboard. Now this is a test account that we set up for a publisher called Test Publisher, and we set it up for a language called Test Lang. That might be Japanese or German or French or whatever your language is. On your publisher bookshelf, you can see the books that you currently have access to. These are the books that you can just download and read. You can see the books that you have bought the rights to, and then you can see the books that are still available. On this test system, we only have a few books that are in that list. So for the books that you've already bought, you can see the terms. You can see that you bought it on a particular date, and in this case, we're still waiting to receive payment from you. And if you want to download the e-files for your production people to use, you can click on this link here, and it will take you to our e-file site. Probably the more interesting part is this list at the bottom here. This is the list of titles that are still available for you to buy. For each title, we show its name, we show the terms, we allow you to add it to your bookshelf so that you can download a copy and have a look at it, and then finally we show the status. So, if you want to review a book to see if you want to purchase it, then click Add to Bookshelf. It'll ask you for some contact details, and then it will add that book in electronic form to your bookshelf. You can then download it and read it. Obviously, there's no charge for doing that. The Purchase Rights column here tells you the status of each title. We don't offer titles for sale if they are in beta, so here this title is not available for purchase. This title, iPad Programming, is available for purchase. This title is also available for purchase. In this particular case, because this publisher bought the previous edition of the book, then they have an exclusive 30-day option on the new edition. So here we're looking at Agile Web Development with Rails. This publisher has already bought the second edition, so when we make the third edition available, they will get exclusive rights in their language for 30 days. At the end of that 30 days, then everybody gets to be able to purchase it. And finally, this title here is for sale in the future. It's not yet available, and we estimate that it will be available, in this case, on 9/20 at 1600 UTC. So, let's buy the rights to a title. Let's go and buy the iPad title. We've reviewed it, we like it, so now we'd like to have it. There's no negotiating, there's no special cases. In this case, we know that we're going to be paying $2,400 and there will be 7% royalties. If we like that, we just click the link. On this screen, it confirms the terms. The advance is $2,400. The royalty is 7%. It has important information about agency fees. It also lets us review the contract. If you click this link here, the system will download a sample contract. And then we can review that and see that the terms are okay. Every contract we produce now is the same. There are no special negotiations. There are no special terms. The contract is produced by our online system, and it's the same text in every contract. So now we'll fill in the contract information. The first two fields here are the name that goes on the contract and the address that goes into the contract. Normally, your mailing address will be the same, but sometimes you want to send the contract to a different address. In that case, put this new address here. Remember to include the company name if you're doing that. You'll also get to choose whether we send you 2 or 3 signed copies of the contract. If you're an agency, you'll probably want 3. 1 for you, 1 for your publisher, and 1 for us. This is where the important thing happens. When you click Purchase Rights, then you have bought the rights to this title. In a few days, we will mail you the contracts along with an invoice, and you can countersign those contracts and send the copies back. But you don't have to wait for that to start work. If you go back to your bookshelf by clicking My Account here, you'll see that on your dashboard, you have immediate access to the e-files, so you can download and start translating immediately. Now, sometimes if you get a title very soon after it is published, we won't have the e-files available just then, but we'll work hard to get them to you as soon as possible. So let's quickly summarize that. On your account page, you can look at the titles that you've bought and download the e-files for those titles. You can also look at the titles that are available. If you're interested in a title, you can add a review copy to your bookshelf. And if that title is currently available for sale, you can buy the rights to that title immediately. Now, what makes a title available? Well, we don't make titles available if they're in beta, if they're not in production yet, or if somebody else has an option. And obviously, only one publisher per language can buy a title. In our contracts, it says that if you buy one edition of a book, you have an option on the next edition. What that means is when we make a title available for purchase, nobody else can buy it for 30 days. You get exclusive rights for those 30 days. When the 30 days is up, then everybody gets to be able to buy it. And obviously that's per language. So if you're a Japanese publisher, you have the Japanese rights for 30 days under that option. To buy a title, you click to purchase it, you enter your company name and address, you enter the mailing address if it's different, and then you select the number of contracts to send. Normally 2, but 3 if you're an agency. All of our contracts are now the same. They're created automatically, and we will mail them to you with the invoice within a few days of you making the purchase. And that's it. I think you'll find this new system to be a lot faster, a lot simpler, and a lot fairer. We hope you enjoy it, and we look forward to doing a lot of business with you in future. Thank you.